For those of you who do not know me, I am Gabby Eckert. I am the owner of the Brave and Beautiful Boutique. I am also a personal stylist and image consultant. And my mission is to help women feel beautiful and confident so they can show up powerfully in the world. And today we're going to be specifically talking about a good first impression. So recently I was asked to speak at Rowan College all about interviewing on the online space and the in-person space, and just kind of giving styling tips, because it can be very nerve-wracking when you're going into an interview setting. And they wanted me to kind of share with them some styling tips to help. And then I'm also going to throw in a bonus networking section that I did not do with the Rowan students, but because we have a lot of entrepreneurs watching and following along, I really wanted to make sure we touch on the networking piece as well. So if you wouldn't mind going ahead and sharing this live, this is a live feed. However, I will be paying attention to the comments as best I can. And if you were watching our replay, whether that's here on Facebook or on YouTube, feel free to, in the comments, leave me a question, leave me your thoughts. I'd be more than happy to take the time to answer those and address whatever you have going on in the comments. So I wanted to start off the presentation with a quote. And I thought this quote was very truthful and unfortunate at times. But Will Rogers stated, "You never get a second chance to make a good first impression." So I wanted to ask you all a question as we begin this afternoon on our lunch break. When walking into an interview or attending a networking event, what assumptions would you like people to make about you? So I'm going to read it again, and let me know in the comments. When walking into an interview or attending a networking event, what assumptions would you like people to make about you? Because whether you like it or not, when you are walking into an interview setting, a networking setting, let's say you're getting ready to pitch your business or product to your client, people are already making assumptions of you. So I want to know, if you could control that, if you had a magic wand to just control everyone's assumptions about you, what would you want them to assume about you? So here are some common answers that I've received throughout the years. And common answers are, they want to come across powerful. They want to come across professional, trustworthy, polished, sophisticated, personable, kind, friendly, authentic. What is it for you? And I want you to keep that in your mind as we work through this class and as you prepare yourself for your networking events and interview, because that's really important. Get yourself like 2 to 3 words that you want to hold on to as you plan out your outfits, as you attend your prepare your material for your interview, as you walk into these spaces. What are the assumptions you want people to have about you? And the reason why I say this and I'm focusing on this so much is because whether we like it or not, and truthfully, I don't necessarily like this. I wish we all lived by the mantra of do not judge a book by its cover. I wish that we all could just see the internal part of a person and have open mind and give everyone a fair shot. But guess what? That's not how the world works at times. And you can co-sign for me in the comments if you are, even you've been in an interview and had this experience happen, or let's say you are interviewing people. It's almost like you can't help it. You try not to, but there are things that come across. So today I'm going to go ahead and try to offer some advice to help you really nail those first 30 seconds and beyond. Okay. So did you know that the first 30 seconds, people will have already made a decision about you without you even opening your mouth? So that's specifically based on your appearance and how you carry yourself, your energy. And they've already made assumptions about your intelligence level, your success, your trustworthiness, your competency. And yes, this is not fair. I wish this wasn't the case, but this is true. So there was a study that was done in the 80s, and this doctor concluded that only 7% of what we say actually impacts the first impression. Now, that is the first impression. So 55%, he concluded, is of the first impression was based on visual communication, what the person saw. And then 35% was based on vocal cues. So that is a large amount. 55% was based on just the person's appearance and how they carry themselves. So with that said, this really does, it is worth your time to really think about this and not go into these things haphazardly if it's very important to you and that you do need to make a good first impression. So, first step, let's say you get an interview. Congratulations. Now, I'm going to be specifically talking to the people that get an in-person interview first. We're in 2021 and the world has shifted and changed. And I have had to work with a few people who actually have online interviews now. And this can be very nerve-wracking because it's new and they're in front of a camera and it's not the way things were done. So I'm going to also, after I talk about the tips for the in-person interview, I'm also going to share with you tips that you can implement. Let's say you have an online interview, and then in the end, for a bonus for my viewers, I'm going to touch on networking a bit as well. I didn't give this to the Rowan students, but I'm going to definitely share it with you all. So let's dive in. First thing you want to do is you want to do your research, okay? And what do I mean by that? I mean that you want to look up the company and the culture of the company that you are interviewing for, okay? You want to look at photographs of employees working there. You want to look at promotional videos. You want to do a little bit of stalking on their social media like LinkedIn and Facebook and Instagram. You kind of want to snoop a little bit to see, is there a visible dress code that I can take away from this? Now, if you are bold and you are someone who is like, listen, I am not taking any chances, you can totally ask someone in PR what the dress code is. That's not usually my mojo. I'm usually slick and under the radar doing my own research here. But if that's you, go for it. Be assertive. Go ahead and do that. A rule of thumb, though, to keep in mind as you work through the website and social media, if you notice that everyone is dressed pretty casually, and let's be real, it's 2021. I mean, I think that a lot of places have changed to more of a casual type of vibe in certain search situations and positions. But for your interview, I want you to dress one notch dressier, if you will, than what is shown on the pictures and the promotional material. And that would really just set you in the best light. Okay. So I wanted to start off with some outfit ideas for you, just to kind of get your mind going. And this is really an interview geared to a professional career, corporate, that kind of an interview, okay? If you have a different interview in mind that you are preparing for, again, this is more what the Rowan students were geared to and what they needed. Drop in the comments. This is your time to ask me, and I will either answer it live or I'll get in touch with you personally. So first things first, I absolutely suggest and recommend a million times over that in your closet you own a pair of black slacks or trousers, okay, that fit your body shape, as well as a black blazer. These two items are wardrobe staples, especially if you are in the corporate setting, an entrepreneurial setting, a career setting. And it really can stretch your wardrobe because these pieces really will go with so many other pieces in your wardrobe so that you are making the most of your budget. Here I paired this beautiful pale pink button down with this great detail in the collar. Very, very beautiful pearl detail and accents. So Rowan students, they were gifted an H&M gift card. There was a winner who got an excellent giveaway. Rowan really just does love on their students. And so these outfits are specifically for them, and you can find them at H&M specifically. I have a lookbook linked, and I'll share that as well if you see something you love, love, love and need to grab. But again, this is just inspiration, ideas. You can shop anywhere for these pieces, considering your preference, your budget. Okay. Next, I decided to add in there a really beautiful dress with a nice belt. Again, you can wear this by itself or with a blazer. Very simple accessory here with a great nude kitten heel, and I'm gonna explain why I have kitten heels here in a little bit. Next, I paired an outfit, kind of like a, they are not sold as a set, but it matches perfectly as a set. And this is just a really nice pale cream color pencil skirt and blazer to match with a white button down. Again, very crisp, beautiful colors, kitten heel, and then again, that simple accessory. And then over on the other outfit, you can see that I have a simple black dress, which again, if you follow along here, I recommend that a black dress is for sure a wardrobe basic. Now, not just any black dress, but a black dress that complements your body shape. If you are not sure what your body shape is, please let me know in the comments. I have a free gift for you to help you understand and learn what is your body shape. Okay, for this specific outfit, I went ahead and suggested that you pair yourself a nice blazer to go along with it. I'm a big fan of bringing layers with you because listen, I am always the one who's freezing in a building. So you can have a layer, very professional, crisp. This is a pale gray blazer. And then you can always wear this black dress on its own as well. It's great, beautiful neckline, excellent belt to shape the waist, and just stunning. Okay, so this is the free lookbook that I was sharing about earlier. This is what I put together for the Rowan students, but you are more than welcome to visit it as well. If you are interested in the clickable link, just again, drop a comment below. I'll catch up to you in the comments and send you the link directly, and you can literally shop all of the pieces and more that I'm showing today right from that lookbook. It makes it super easy. All right. So next step, we're going to talk about a few do's and don'ts, okay? Now, when I say few do's and don'ts, what I mean is this is what my opinion is, okay? And again, you're tuning in and you're watching this for my opinion. This is my view on this. And there's no, in fashion, in life, there's really no hard and fast rules on any of this, but for me, this is what I have seen. This is what I've seen work. This is what I've seen really elevate your image and give you confidence and really make you look polished and sophisticated. So here are just a few simple things that you can do right now. So for your skirt and dress hemline, you want to keep that hemline in the knee zone. So what I mean by that is you want that right at the knee, a little bit below or a little bit above, okay? So in the knee zone, you're good. Women's trousers. Now I'm specifically talking to women who are looking at trousers that are wide leg, that are the traditional fit or straight leg or boot cut, okay? You want to make sure that your hemline is 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch off the ground. That ensures that you'll be able to see your cute little shoes just a little bit underneath your trouser, but it also ensures something much more important. This ensures that you are not going to step on your pants and trip and fall forward, and it also ensures that you're not going to have your pants dragging along on the floor behind you. This is not a good look. So again, rule of thumb, 1/2 to 3/4 an inch off the ground. Of course, this does not apply to cropped pants. So if you're going for a cropped pant look, whether it's spring or summer, if that's just really your look in general, you don't have to worry about the hemline because it's already cropped for you. And then keep in mind, if you're going to the tailor, this is such a big rule of thumb. You want to make sure that you are going to wear the shoes that you plan on wearing to your interview or event, okay? So if you're planning on wearing flats, bring those to the tailor, wear them, allow them to hem it according to the flat. Or if you're going to wear heels, allow them to hem it to the heel. And then I do recommend, like, if there's someone who has a corporate job and this is like their uniform, okay, that they invest in several different pairs that again fit their body shape and that they get them tailored based on the shoes that they're going to be wearing to work, okay? Next step, we have, oops, was that the next slide? Oh, yes, okay. A couple of rules of thumb. Again, this is for an interview. I suggest a modest neckline. Keep it classy and professional. And also, you want to feel comfortable. You don't want to be worrying about your neckline, struggling with it. Just keep it modest. It will make you look very classy and professional. And then also, you want to avoid animal and loud prints for your interview. Now, I'm not talking, we're going to go into networking and we're going to go into other things. And I'm not talking about the entrepreneur that is branding themselves, okay? So remember that I am talking to someone who's going to an interview setting. These loud prints can sometimes be overpowering and send the wrong message to the person that is interviewing you. But again, these rules don't necessarily apply to an entrepreneur like me who's pitching her business or networking events, things like that. So I wanted to make that distinction. Okay, let me talk to you about blazer and jacket fit because this can be one of those things that can hurt the pocketbook a little bit and can also be a little bit frustrating. So just a few quick simple tips. You want to make sure that before you ever purchase a blazer that you try it on and that you make sure that your shoulders fit properly. So that means that the garment must end at your natural shoulder, okay? You don't want the garment to be too big. It's going to make you look like you have huge shoulders, and you don't want it to be super, super tight on your body. Okay, if the shoulders of a blazer or jacket does not fit, do not purchase it. And the reason I say this, no matter how good of a deal you have on it, the reason I'm saying this is because to have that item altered by a tailor to fix the shoulders is very expensive. And sometimes those fees aren't even worth the garment itself. So again, if it doesn't fit your shoulders, it's a no-go. And also for women specifically, when you're looking for a normal standard sleeve fit on your blazer, make sure it's between the wrist and the thumb joint for whatever reason. Sometimes I've seen where the blazers are very long, okay? You want to just make sure that it is stopping between the wrist and the thumb joint. You don't want to have to be talking. I talk with my hands. I'm Italian, so I don't really want my blazer sleeves pouring down or covering almost up to my fingertips. And for this, I know right now the trend is an oversized blazer. I've seen it on runways. I see it in the fashion, and it's so cute. It's really great for entrepreneurs, again. But if you're going for an interview, I would say stick to a silhouetted fit. Make sure it has darts in it. Make sure it fits your body really well for your interview. All right, so here are some, this one I think is probably a given, but I wanted to put this in here as just a reminder. Again, going into an in-person interview, you want to make sure your outfit is clean, wrinkle-free. There's no pilling, there's no lint. I have 2 rescue pups of my own. I want to make sure that my clothes do not have my pet hair on it at all. You want to make sure that your buttons and your lapels and your zippers are all where they need to be before you walk into your interview. Now, let's address some the shoes. Okay, your shoes should absolutely be clean and free from scuff marks, okay? Keep them clean. It just shows this level of professionalism. It shows that you've gone the extra mile. And then ladies, please do yourself a favor. I recommended kitten heels with all of the outfits that I suggested previously. And the reason is you want to make sure that your shoes are comfortable and that you can walk in them. And the reason I say this is because going into an interview is nerve-wracking as it is, okay? It is very hard to think of everything you want to say when you're so nervous, number one. But number two, now add foot pain to it. No, you want to fully be present. You want to be hearing what they're asking you. You want to be really addressing the questions well and not thinking about how much pain you're in. And I've also seen where some interviews will lead into a walking tour. So you want to make sure that you can walk in your heels. It's a must, okay? So for shoes, this is what, again, I recommend for a in-person interview. They should be closed toe. And again, those of you who are on a budget, I recommend nude or black because they go with everything. Again, make sure you can walk in them and that they're clean. So usually a kitten heel will work or flat. Listen, it is your world. If you can wear a pump and you feel comfortable and you can walk around the facility in confidence, do it. That is awesome. Do it. For accessories here, I would say simplicity is key, and that you really want one accessory to steal the show or only one statement piece. And so what I mean by this is if I put on a statement necklace, I'm not going to add statement earrings, 5 bracelets, 3 rings. Like, I'm just going to have that be the star of the show, okay? And then go very simple elsewhere. So you just don't want to overdo it. And I also suggest avoiding like those loud bangle bracelets that every time you move your hand, and again, I'm Italian, I do this, your bangles are just banging together like crazy. So that can be distracting. All right, next, let's talk about if you have an online interview, okay? Again, 2021, the world's changing. People are having interviews online, believe it or not. And so there are a few things you want to consider and make sure that you have correct before you even go into your interview, because I can give you the fashion tips, but if these 3 things are not correct, it's going to distract from your outfit and it's going to distract from what you're seeing anyway. All right. So first is find good lighting. Lighting is everything when it comes to how you appear on video. So I suggest that you find a great space where you can sit in front of a window, facing the window, allowing the sunshine to just fall very nicely and evenly on your face. You don't want to go into a place where there's a lot of shadows or it's very dark or it's very, very bright. This is all very, very distracting, okay? If you are an entrepreneur or a content creator, you probably have a ring light. Use that for your interview. Or if you really would like to get yourself a ring light, they're not very expensive. And again, they diffuse the light very nicely onto your face, okay? The background, don't let your background steal the show. Make sure it's clean and professional. Make sure you don't have your piles of dirty laundry in the background or dirty dishes, or if you have people running across the background, just make sure it's not distracting. You have a good Wi-Fi connection and no interruptions. Put the no disturb sign on the door. Make sure that there's no interruptions during your interview. And then last but not least is your camera angle. You want to keep your camera eye level so that it's as if you're having a conversation in person with someone or slightly above, okay? You never want to be looking up talking to people, and you never want to be looking down on people when you talk to them on camera. You also want to make sure that you use a tripod so you can keep it sturdy. You're not going rocking back and forth. And again, it's at that level and steady so that there's no distractions. There's no weird angles happening. Okay. Next, I'm going to talk about a few do's and don'ts for your online wardrobe. Now, listen, with the advice that I've given you in the in-person interview, you can totally do that here online. These are just a few things in addition to what I had already shared, okay? So apply the in-person interview tips, but these are just a few tips on top of those, okay? So first things first, and many people don't think of this, is to try your outfit in front of the camera first, okay? It makes a huge difference when you are on camera versus what you see in front of a mirror. You want to make sure that your top is perfect, okay? You love the way the fabric, the neckline, everything just drapes very nicely. I've had this happen to me. I'll get on to do a live or something like that, or a Zoom call, and my outfit looks completely different than what it looked like in the mirror. And I'm like, no, this is not the look I'm going for. It makes me look too boxy, or I don't really like the way the color's bouncing off the screen. And so I go back and I change my outfit. So you want to give yourself plenty of time to set up your equipment and to make sure that you have your outfit components together for you. So make sure your top is just right, like I mentioned. This includes being clean, wrinkle-free. Make sure your tags aren't sticking out or your collars aren't bothering you. Just making sure that everything looks very nice on the screen before your interview. And then this one I had to put on here for the students and for you guys because this has happened. Please wear pants. Okay? You never know when you have to stand up or when something happens unexpected and you don't have pants on. Wow, that's embarrassing. We've had attorneys. I'm sure you guys have seen all the memes and the things, reporters, newscasters back in COVID days where they were just wearing like their boxers. And guess what? They had to stand up or the camera angle was showing their boxers. No, no, no. We don't want all that. I know us ladies, we're not going to be showing boxers, but we want to make sure that we're wearing pants and that our pants look decent. Maybe you don't want to be wearing your donut pajama pants. You want to maybe wear something that's matching your top. So again, avoid busy prints, especially on camera. This can really distract from your face, and patterns like pinstripes, polka dots, as well as houndstooth can actually create a very strange effect on the screen, almost as if the pattern is moving, and it is very distracting to the viewer. So be cautious of that. All right, so this is the bonus part of the session. This part I did not share with Rowan, but I really thought it was important, again, because a lot of the women that I serve are entrepreneurial. They're building their own brands. They are going out and networking. They're pitching their businesses. They're making connections. And so I just want to make sure that you are ready to make connections, share your business with confidence, and here are a few tips for you. So for networking, the same as when you go on an interview, I want you to do your research before you put an outfit together. But instead, you're going to be looking for different things. You're going to want to know, where is the event being held? Is it at a venue? What is the venue like? Okay, is it a very high-end venue? Is there a dress code already in place for that venue? Is it at a restaurant? Will I be eating at this networking event? What is the restaurant like? Is it super high-end? Is there a dress code already in place there? And then is it online? And again, you want to go back to your interviewing tips for the online networking because that also can apply to here as well. Again, what type of event will it be? You don't want to be caught off guard. You want to know, is it cocktails? Is it coffee? Is it, is it lunch? What is it? What are you going to be doing during your event? And who is hosting the event? Who's sponsoring it? Is it a person? Is it a group? And is there a dress code already in place? Some will in the invitation or the event description already tell you what kind of dress they expect. Okay. So for you, again, these are 3 rules of thumb that I think are very, very important. Number 1, wear comfortable shoes. You know I'm a stickler for this. This is not the time for you to be ripping out your favorite uncomfortable shoe. I have been in networking events where we're literally standing the whole time, okay? And we're having cocktails and we're eating appetizers. I miss those networking events. I haven't been to one in a while since COVID, but you are on your feet the whole time. There was not much seating, and you don't want to be shifting your weight and uncomfortable. And again, the element really that I want you to be going for is truly present. Okay, you want to be able to hear the person that is in front of you and focus on what they're saying, and then also be thinking about what you can offer them and contribute to them and how you can make a relationship really work and connect. And again, you don't want to be thinking about how much in pain you are with your shoes. All right, make sure you can walk in them, make sure they're comfortable. I also recommend bringing a matching layer piece, okay? So when you're planning out your outfit, if you want to just go like maybe with one of those dresses I have picked out before, I would for sure recommend that you bring a layer with you, a cardigan, blazer, jacket, something that will look good and match, because you will not be able to know the temperature of the room, nor will you be able to control it once you get there. And if you're like me, I'm always cold. And so I just like to have something that I know that if I am freezing, I can put this on and still look very put together and professional and feel confident so that I can share about my business to other peers. So for this specific networking component, I want to share, this is different than the interviewing advice that I gave. But for this, I don't want you to be afraid to let your personality or your brand shine through during a networking event. So what I mean is add your colors, add your textures, your patterns. This is very different than an interview. You want the person speaking with you to connect with you, to know, like, and trust you, and to connect with your brand, your business brand. So like I had advised about the not so loud prints, things like that, if that's your brand, if your brand is bright yellow, or if your brand has a lot of cheetah print in it, or your brand is a lot of blues and things like that, lots of colors, lots of textures, wear that, do that, because that is a representation of you and your business. And ultimately, you want to attract the people that think the same as you, that want the same things as you, that are behind your brand, that are behind your mission, right? And then kind of you want to repel the ones that aren't really in your mission, not your mission oriented, right? And after what you are after. Here are some more outfit inspirations for the networking component. This, I pair just a simple pair of slacks. Again, make sure they're hemmed correctly so you're not tripping. I pulled that beautiful pink top from the interviewing piece, and I thought this would be also great for networking. Again, a nice kitten heel pump, very simple jewelry, beautiful. Again, you want to go with your brand though. These are just outfit ideas, but you want to make sure it represents you and who you are. This, I just picked a very sophisticated wrap blouse, great for most body shapes. Again, just hugging the waist very nicely. A nice little pencil skirt. These are really cute, a little bit higher than a kitten, but I thought it was really nice. And then just a fun earring. Okay, here I did a simple black dress. I love this one because it has a very sophisticated lapel, which really kind of almost gives it a blazer-esque look to it, which has that professional element. I like this for like a cocktail hour. I just thought that was cute, or really lunch would be beautiful. And then you can add some of your personality and your brand by adding a little pop of pattern on your shoes. Again, please use judgment as far as how high the heel is for you and how you can enjoy the event in that specific shoe. And then some really cute statement earrings. Here I went again with our staple pieces, the black slacks and the black blazer with a really great statement top underneath. Let me move myself so you can see that. If you are a patterned cheetah print kind of gal. And then again, those black pumps for you. Okay. So the greatest thing I want you to remember that you can wear no matter the event, no matter if it's an interview, a networking event, whether it's you sharing your business, pitching your business in front of new clients, whatever it is, wear a smile. Okay, wear a smile. This will show that you're confident and it will make you stand out. I don't know if you guys have realized this, but anytime I go out in public, we're all wearing masks, number one, so we're not really seeing our smiles anymore. But then you also feel like not a lot of people are smiling nowadays, which is kind of sad. So you want to be that joy. You want to be welcoming. You want to be personable. You want to show yourself personable. That will attract people to you. when they see a smile, they're going to say, wow, that's a really nice person. Let me see who they are. What are they about? They have really great energy about them. And also in an interview setting, a lot of people are very nervous. And when they're nervous, their natural face is not to smile. So keep that in mind. And smiling always just brightens up your face. It's welcoming and everyone loves to see a smile. So never goes out of style and it's free. It's free. Wear it. And then also, no matter what I've given you today as advice or inspiration, I want you to understand that feeling good and confident in your outfit is key. Okay, so I've always told my clients this. We are here to work together to create your image, to create your vision, to give you the confidence to propel you forward, and to give you the power to show up in the way that you want to represent your business, to represent your message, and to spread that out into the world. And that comes down to you feeling good. So if one of these pieces of advice leaves you feeling unconfident or leaves you feeling like, hey, I don't really like the way this looks on me, then don't do it. You want to feel like $1 million in your clothes. You want to have such a confidence. You want to have such an air about you that I express this way to my clients, that you are not even thinking about your clothes. Okay, you already planned out your wardrobe. It fits in alignment with you. You know it feels good. You know you feel confident that when you go to these events, your wardrobe isn't even a thought in your mind. You are just there to serve, to share your mission, and to live out your purpose. You are not focused or worried or nervous or hustling and bustling with your clothes, because all of that has already been taken care of, and you feel good and confident. When you feel good, you do good, right, my friends? So I'm big on that. Now, here is one of the offers that I wanted to offer you today. So I'm offering in the month of March free personal styling strategy sessions, specifically on this topic, or if you are an entrepreneur or someone who is in the corporate setting who is looking to up-level your style, whether that is you want to really showcase your brand and have that confidence to share your business with potential clients, with potential business partners, investors. If you are looking to possibly get a raise in your job and you just want to really up-level your style and your confidence to really show up well for yourself, this is for you. And what this is it's a 15-minute Zoom call with me, and we're going to go ahead and discuss your specific questions based on all of what I had just mentioned, and anything that you might be challenged with. So this way you can rock your first impression and much more. And I'm going to help you to do that. So if you go into the description above, if you're watching YouTube, it'll be somewhere in the description. There'll be a link there. It's my calendar, so you can go ahead and book yourself your 15-minute Zoom call. This is also a great way to get your feet wet into what it's like to have a personal stylist or an image consultant, what it's like, okay? This is commitment free. It's completely free, but I will share how you can work with me, but you do not have to, okay? This is specifically just to serve you and to help you, because that is my mission. All right, my friends, well, I hope this live was of value to you, and that you've enjoyed it so far. I do want to go ahead back into the comments, because as I was breezing through, I was not able to keep an eye on the comments. So let me go there and see what I have missed. Okay, Jackie, hello, my friend. How are you? Okay, she asked, Gabby, if the top part of your arm are wider than your shoulder bone, is there a sleeve style that would work best? So for this, please describe the kitten heel. Take advantage of this. Oh, Jackie, I just love you. Okay, let's go first with this one. So Jackie, I would specifically say with you, this is again a very I want to say testing type of thing. You want to really try a bunch of things out, especially for an interview and a networking event. So I don't want to give you like a hard and fast, this is going to work, but what I want you to really pay attention to is the fabric and the draping of the fabric around those parts of your body, okay? So, and then I want you to pay attention. Do you like stiff fabrics better on you? Do you like fabrics with stretch on you? And then from there, I want you to start creating a little bit of an idea of what you like based on those experimentation that you did. Does that make sense? And the reason I do want to pigeonhole you into something like that is because you can find that one blazer is not going to work for you at all. It's going to be too stiff. It's not, you're not going to like it. It's not going to look good on you. And then you're going to try another blazer, but that has different elements to it, different fabric, and you're going to love it. So I hope that makes sense for you. I would say do just a tad bit of homework on this one and try out different fabrics, stiff fabrics, very drapey, loose fabrics, fabrics with stretch. I would give those all a try and then make yourself a mental note of what you are enjoying most on your body. I hope that was helpful, Jackie. Okay, so the kitten heel really is just a small heel. So I've seen different ones that are different heights, but really they are very small, okay? Just giving you a little bit of a heel, okay? You don't want something super high. You don't want something that your ankles are going to be wobbling. It's just giving you a little bit, okay? Awesome. Jackie said, okay, that makes sense. Thank you. Awesome. I just want to make sure I'm not missing out any questions. Okay, my friends, so I believe I've answered the questions in here. If you come back to this, maybe you finished up your lunch, if you're on the East Coast and you're like, hey, I actually have a question. Gabby didn't talk about this, or I want clarification on this. Send it over. Let me know in the comments your question. I will be in the comments both on Facebook and on YouTube. If you don't prefer comments, but you prefer private messages, go ahead and send a private message over to me and I will answer that as well. Thank you all for joining me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It was a lot of fun. I hope you have an amazing rest of the day, an amazing rest of your week. Show up for yourself, guys. Believe in yourself and dress in a way that makes you feel good and confident so that it empowers you to show up to live out your purpose. All right, my friends, until next time, I will talk to y'all real soon. Love ya.